Hello everybody, welcome to Active English Training. My name is Ingrid and today's video is for my Year 10 students who are preparing for their English speaking test, which is part of their final exams. Part of this speaking test is a 1-minute picture description, and I've done a video already on how to describe pictures. It's called 6 tips on how to describe pictures, but today's video is on how to describe symbolic pictures, which are pictures or images that symbolize something outside of the actual image. They symbolize something that's going on in the world or our society, for example, and so they carry a meaning and a message, like this picture here. Okay, so let's start. Tip number 1. Start by stating the main element of the picture. So what does this picture focus on? What can you see in the foreground? For example, in this picture, you can see 2 hands holding a ball. Tip number 2, describe special features of this focal element. For example, the ball is in different shades of green and there is a green leaf sticking out from behind the ball. The 2 hands are cupped around the ball. Tip number 3, move on to relevant elements in the background. Now, the background is not always relevant in symbolic pictures, so you don't always have to even mention it. Here it is, so you would mention it. For example, in the background, you can see the leaves of maybe a field of grass or of a cornfield. Tip number 4. Talk about what the elements on the picture symbolize. To do so, you need a range of phrases that indicate that you're talking about symbolic meaning. Such phrases are: it symbolizes, it represents, it means that, it stands for. In this case, you can see something like the ball represents our planet and the different shades of green represent the ocean, continents and islands. You can say that the hands are holding the ball so carefully that this means that this planet is vulnerable and breakable or fragile and that we need to be careful with it. The green leaves symbolize nature and the food we get from nature. Tip number 5, talk about thoughts, emotions, and associations the image evokes in you. Here you can go a little more into detail on how the elements are portrayed and what feelings or associations come up in you when you look at them. For example, look at the hands. They are cupped, almost gently enfolding the green ball. It's almost as if they are holding an egg that can break easily. It's as if the hands want to protect the ball or our planet. Or you can talk about the main color, which is green and which we normally do associate with nature. Tip number 6, finish the description by stating the message of the picture. So what do you think the message of this, or the overall message of this picture is? In this picture, it's pretty easy, I think. You have a pair of gentle hands and a ball that represents the planet or Earth. So the message of this image is certainly that it is in our hands to protect our planet. Okay, and now I'm going to describe this picture for you in about 1 minute, which is the time you have in your speaking test. To practice, you can play it maybe 3 times, not the whole video, just the description, and just listen the first time and speak along the second and third time, and then try it yourself. In this picture, you can see 2 hands holding a ball. I think the ball represents the planet Earth, and the ball is green with different shades of green that represent the oceans and the surface of the Earth, the continents, the countries, and the islands. It looks like a tiny little globe, but in green. And there is also a green leaf sticking out from behind the ball. The background of the picture, which is a little blurry, or as you can say, out of focus, shows a field of grass or the leaves of a field of grass, or maybe corn leaves. I think the picture symbolizes that we should protect our planet. You can see the cupped hands holding the ball very carefully. The hands are almost kind of gently enfolding the ball, as if what's inside the hands was very delicate and fragile, like an egg that could break very easily if you drop it. And I think this means that it is in our hands to protect the environment, to protect nature, because we depend on it. For example, on the food it provides, such as the corn that you can see growing. It is in our hands to keep nature green and thriving, especially for the next generations. Yeah, so the overall message in this picture is definitely that we are holding our planet and our future in our hands. So I hope these tips were helpful. I'm going to describe another symbolic picture for you with the same topic, environment. You'll find it on my YouTube channel, and you'll find also the other 6 tips on how to describe pictures on my YouTube channel. Just browse around a little bit. And yeah, thanks for listening and good luck on your speaking test. I know you'll do awesome.